The world of Pirates of the Caribbean is a thrilling mixture of adventure, supernatural elements, and the eternal struggle between freedom and authority. Within this universe, the characters drive the story, each with their own motivations, loyalties, and conflicts. Among the most memorable figures are Captain Jack Sparrow, Commodore James Norrington, Governor Weatherby Swann, James Gillette, and Lord Cuttler Beckett. Each of these characters plays a pivotal role in shaping the events of the Caribbean seas, intertwining personal ambitions with broader political and mystical forces. Captain Jack Sparrow.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Captain Jack Sparrow is undoubtedly one of the most iconic characters in modern cinematic history. He is a pirate, but not the stereotypical type. Jack is cunning, unpredictable, and often appears more interested in his own survival and personal gain than in traditional notions of heroism. What makes Jack so compelling is his ambiguous morality. He can be selfish and deceitful, yet he often displays unexpected courage and loyalty when it matters most. Jack's most famous possession is the Black Pearl, a legendary ship that is central to many of his adventures. He has a unique relationship with the supernatural. From cursed treasure to ghostly ships, Jack navigates the mystical threats of the Caribbean with both wit and a strange sense of destiny. Unlike many of the other characters, Jack's motivations are rarely straightforward. He seeks freedom, wealth, and respect, but he also enjoys the thrill of adventure itself. This unpredictability makes him a constant wildcard, both to his enemies and his allies. Physically, Jack is recognizable by his distinctive attire: tricorn hat, braided beard, eyeliner, and a flamboyant swagger that complements his talkative and often manipulative personality. He has a knack for turning dire situations to his advantage, whether it's negotiating with the East India Trading Company, escaping cursed pirates, or outwitting rival captains. Jack Sparrow embodies the romanticized idea of the pirate as a free spirit, someone who lives by his own rules in a world bound by politics, greed, and danger. Commodore James Norrington. Commodore James Norrington serves as a foil to Jack Sparrow. He represents the lawful authority of the British Empire,
A short drop and a sudden stop.
committed to enforcing order on the chaotic seas of the Caribbean. Norrington is disciplined, honorable, and deeply devoted to his duty. His adherence to rules and procedures often puts him at odds with the unconventional and unpredictable nature of piracy. Norrington's story is also one of personal conflict and transformation. Initially, he is confident in his role as a naval officer and in his social standing, engaged to the governor's daughter, Elizabeth Swann.
Elizabeth?
However, his obsession with capturing Jack Sparrow and maintaining his reputation ultimately leads to humiliation and loss. Norrington's journey is a mixture of pride and redemption, highlighting the tension between personal ambition and moral duty. He experiences moments of great courage and vulnerability, which humanize him and make his struggles relatable. Physically, Norrington is often depicted in a crisp naval uniform, a symbol of his allegiance to order and structure. His disciplined manner contrasts sharply with Jack's chaotic and improvisational approach to life, setting up a classic clash between law and freedom. Despite the antagonism between them, there is a mutual respect. Norrington acknowledges Jack's presence even as he despises his unorthodox methods. Governor Weatherby Swann, the father of Elizabeth Swann, embodies the establishment of colonial authority in the Caribbean. He is a man of principles and duty, committed to upholding British rule and maintaining peace within his jurisdiction. Despite his official position, Governor Swann is portrayed as compassionate and morally upright, often caught between the harsh realities of governance and his personal sense of justice. Swann's relationship with Jack Sparrow is complex. While he often disapproves of Jack's piratical behavior, he is not entirely unsympathetic to the captain's motivations. Similarly, his interactions with his daughter, Elizabeth, reveal his deep paternal concern, especially as she becomes more involved with both pirates and supernatural dangers. Swann's character represents the tension between law, family, and morality, highlighting the challenges of leadership in a world where both piracy and magic are constant threats. Visually, Swann is usually dressed in the formal attire of a colonial governor, complete with coat, waistcoat, and tricorn hat. He is dignified and measured in his speech, a contrast to the flamboyant and unpredictable pirates around him. Swann's moral clarity and steady demeanor serve as an anchor in the story, providing a sense of stability amid chaos.
Idiot. He's nowhere to go but back to the noose.
James Gillette. James Gillette is a less central but still notable figure in the broader Pirates of the Caribbean universe. He is often portrayed as a cunning and ambitious character, someone willing to manipulate circumstances for personal gain. In many narratives, Gillette's actions create complications for both pirates and naval officers, adding layers of intrigue and conflict. Gillette's defining trait is his adaptability. He is able to navigate shifting alliances, betraying and negotiating as necessary to survive and prosper. This makes him a wild card in a world where loyalty is often temporary and survival depends on cunning rather than brute.
Ruled by two men. You'll never make it out of the bay.
To drive his adventures, Gillette relies on careful planning and exploitation of opportunities, showcasing another type of intelligence in pirate life. Physically, Gillette is often portrayed as less flamboyant than Jack, more understated in his attire, which allows him to blend in and avoid immediate suspicion. His character serves as a reminder that not all threats are overtly dramatic, some are subtle and strategic, operating in the shadows of the pirate world. Lord Cuttler Beckett. Lord Cuttler Beckett represents the corporate and authoritarian side of the British Empire, specifically the East India Trading Company. Beckett is cold, calculating, and ruthlessly ambitious. Unlike Norrington, who operates within the Navy, Beckett leverages the power of commerce, trade, and influence to assert control over the Caribbean and its pirate population. Beckett's obsession with eradicating piracy is driven not only by economic interest but also by a desire for power and order. He manipulates others, including Norrington and various pirates, to achieve his goals using both intimidation and promises of reward. Beckett embodies the dangers of unchecked corporate and political power, showing how institutions can become as menacing as supernatural curses or pirate rivalries. Beckett's visual appearance reinforces his character: immaculate clothing, stern expressions, and an aura of authority. He rarely engages in physical combat, preferring to control events from a position of influence. His presence in the story heightens tension, as he is not only a threat to pirates, but also a representation of the encroaching forces of civilization and commerce that seek to dominate the chaotic freedom of the Caribbean seas.
This is the day that you will always remember as the day that you...